Hello, guys, and welcome to Ask Siasa. My name is Tamara Patience, and today again I am joined by Mr. Nyamweya, who, of course, I'm going to ask him something in regards to the political scene of Kenya, politics, governance, and we're going to have just a very short discussion. Here we keep it short and sweet. So, what is currently trending out here? Of course, we know there are various proposals that are being sent left, right, and center in Kenya. Recently, we discussed about the proposal to increase the presidential term, and today we are going to talk about the proposal for the presidential elections to be held separately. This is a proposal by the Law Society of Kenya, of course, that was presented to the National Dialogue team that is currently at Bomas having the discussion as we head towards the deadline that is in November. So, karibu sana once again.
Yes.
Yes. So, first of all, what is your take on? Okay, let's start from how elections has been in Kenya since we actually just started electing presidents.
In fact, elections, when we talk of elections, it has been a long struggle since Moi up to this moment where we are today. During the time Moi era, we used to have Mororongo queuing
Yeah.
to elect our leaders. But actually, it turned out to be the worst because the results were changed even on the way before they reach constituent starting center. So we have been changing after election, another election after another election. We have been changing rules, regulations concerning IBC, but hatujapata matunda. Now, I keep on asking myself a simple question. Then, what could be the IBC requirements or requirements or qualifications? Our pastor? So, because we are warning, actually, in every election period, we must have irregularities.
Yeah.
There must be irregularities. Every election. You see, we need to do something once for all. Then we experienced the 2007 electoral violence because of this same problem. Outcome of election results. Then after 2000, we have been having the same struggle up to where we are today. You know, they say actually our rules now or IPC regulation is that election starts at the polling station and ends at the polling station, meaning it is done in the polling station, counted in the polling station, and the results are announced at the polling station. But how and where? Then shida inatokea wapi? What happens here between? You see, it is just the way the nominees or IBC, IBC commissioners are nominated. I think that's where the problem comes from. We have this a multi-party democracy.
No.
We have so many political parties, more than 40. But they say active there are about 16 somewhere there. We have civil society organizations. We have Kenya Law Society. I think nominees, at least every sector should give a nominee to represent the interest of EOSM. Political parties should nominate, be given slots of about either 2 to 3 nominees. Law Society, the same. Kenya Law Society. Civil society organizations, the same. Churches, the same. Even disability. To represent the interest of all, to represent the interests of stakeholders. Those people, the interest of Kenyans. I think the problem here is representation. Are you seeing that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's representation. oh, we don't have our representative. So if we do this, I think itakuwa sawa, kila mtu aone kwamba we are represented. Another thing, what are the qualifications, exact qualifications and how do we qualifications for an IBC German? Anatakiwa kuwa mtu aina gani? Ni nini tunatakiwa iwe in place so that kila mtu akubali kwamba.
But is the problem really the IBC chairman?
You know, if you can remember what happened in last elections, commissioners were divided.
Yes.
They gave different results, meaning they were not together. Meaning they represented interests of where maybe they came from. They did not go there for Kenyans. They represented the interest of the people who supported them to ascend to where they were. Kama hakuna shida in IBC. You know, when ukiona hiyo shida ikitokea, know kwamba the whole process is fraud. The whole process kutoka down there. Even if we are saying election starts at the polling station. Me, I was there. I represented a political party. No. They all count. Actually, there are irregularities. Some results take even 3 days to reach count tallying center. And you know there are 3 processes. From polling station to constituent tallying center to count tallying center. Then from there, we have, okay, ukichukua hiyo ballot paper, I think you have not forgotten there are 5.
Yeah.
Vile unapita ukienda ukiweka from MCA to presidential. I think what we should have now or do is presidential votes or elections were separate.
So you agree with the
I agree with them 100%. I agree with them. Because we have been having this problem all around without solving it, without knowing what is the real problem. Ama hiyo shida inatokea na wapi? Are you seeing that?
Yeah.
So, I think tukifanya elections are presidential, maybe presidential and the senatorial. You know, at the constituency, the polling station, tuwe na MCA, MP, women rep, senatorial, senator, and governor, and the presidential. Those are 5 ballot papers. And imagine that's one person who is supposed to cast all those ballot papers. Yeah? I think we should have, we need to have presidential elections done separate. Yeah.
But if we look at, if we get like a little brief of history on the previous elections that happened. So during my Kibaki's era, after the elections, there was a lot of chaos which led to the Nusumkate regime. We also even saw during Uhuru's presidential elections term or period, there was chaos,
yes.
which led to the handshake, government. And right now, we are also seeing problems at the top to an extent that we are currently having the bipartisan talks happening. And of course, major in the list is about reconstitution of the Electoral Boundaries Commission of Kenya, which, as we said, is a big deal, and from all that, we have seen, number one, even during elections, a lot of money is spent, a lot of money is spent from both sides, the people who are campaigning as well as the system, kwa sababu unajua inatoka pesa za taxpayer mwenyewe.
Taxpayer.
And if we decide we are holding presidential elections differently from the other 5 elections, how is it going to be? Is it going to be like more costly? Because I feel like it's going to be more costly for Kenyans, number one. And number two, it feels like now it's going to give people a reason to now be chaotic once the results are out.
But I think the budget itakuwa the same. Ila tu siku ya kufanya ndio tofauti.
But also Kenyans willing to
and again, there is an elephant in the house somewhere. And that is Supreme Court. I think even the bipartisan team inatakiwa wakae kwa Supreme Court. You know, Supreme Court was created basically to solve problems concerning or petitions concerning election. And ilikuja kwa ajili ya yeye nusu mkate unasema through Kofi Annan team. So we saw it better to have a higher court that can solve problems concerning or petitions concerning elections. But to me, hii ndio shida tena kubwa sana. This is where the problem is. How watu wako nominated aje? Who is exactly behind every nominee? Wametoka wapi? Wamekuja aje? Are they really representing the interest of Kenyans or the interest of politicians? Don't you think there's something hidden here?
Yeah, there's a question mark there.
There's a question mark.
Yeah.
Because you see, even the Supreme Court itself, ukiangalia its ruling, is as if wako na remote from somewhere.
They're playing to someone's tune.
Yeah. I think that is the worst court tulichagua kuwa nayo. Kuna corruption. If kuna mahali koti kuna corruption in Supreme Court. I'm not saying that because you see even from previous election cases, ukiangalia vile ziko 100 ni kitu ingine ngumu sana. There's no transparency. Yeah.
And now, for example, of course, when you talk about the issue of having presidential elections separately, when you talk about issues of, obviously, we've mentioned the Supreme Court because after every single election, we have to have something. We have to keep them busy, because that is why they were created in the first place. Now, a lot of questions come in. Number one, of course, I've asked you about the financial side of things. Number two is also how are Kenyans willing to queue twice, go to vote twice, And then the third question is, okay, for the longest time we've seen, according to my personal research, I've not seen any other country try to have a similar system where you have two different days for electing the other members of parliament and all that, of political parties that are going to represent you, and then also having the presidential elections, kind of. And it's not only in Kenya where we talk about presidential elections and chaos. We've seen the number of coups that have happened in Africa in the past few months.
Yes.
And we've seen that people are really, there is a question mark when it comes to the presidency position in Kenya. So what is really the question we are asking is, what is really the problem? Because if we say that we are going to have elections as a president, I'm 100% sure even the next elections that it's going to be chaotic, that there are going to still be irregularities, that still hakutakuwa na, there's one party mwenye hataridhika, And then also the issue of having those who have not qualified for the presidential elections now being also allowed to vie for other seats. How does that come in? Because even LSK didn't they put the proposal forward, but they did not try and expand on how the system is supposed to work. So umeenda ukavae kwa rais, kikaumana kikashindikana huko, utoke uende uvae kwa governor ama senate. So,
but I think what they're doing is good. Is just a suggestion. And lazima wailete kwa panel for discussion. You see? So you cannot decide on something na upate jibu, lazima upeane. But I think in order to have credible, transparent elections, we must first believe in our rule of law. Ukiona vile vitu inafanyika, watu hawaogopi sheria yetu.
Ni kweli.
Hawaogopi sheria yetu.
Yeah.
Tungekuwa tunaogopa sheria yetu, tuitunze na kuifanyia kazi, hii mambo ya ufisadi katika elections haingekuwa. Is it only Kenya that is going through all these problems?
No, it's not Kenya alone.
It's not Kenya alone.
Yeah.
Lakini nchi zingine zimemaliza hii shida, si ndio?
Yeah. Ni sisi tu bado
tuko huku.
Tuko tu hapo.
So, what I'm saying, we must fear the rule of law before we come to solve any problem. First, we must fear the rule of law and keep it. And I think that is a problem because some of us, like billionaires, the billionaires we have in this Kenya, akikupiga sirapu tu ni wewe tena utawekwa jela.
Yeah.
Because of what? Churches are corrupt. Our courts are corrupt. The whole of judiciary is corrupt. I don't know even why we created this Supreme Court. It is an elephant in the house. It is what is bringing all these problems more than even than it were there before. Yeah.
Most definitely. And this is a talk, and it's a question that I'm also posing to the audience out there. Would you be comfortable, or would you find it fit to have a presidential or the presidential elections held differently from the other members who you're supposed to vote to represent you? That is from the MCAs to the woman representative to the senator to the governor. Do you think that there should be a separate day for the president to be voted, for you to go and cast your vote for the president? Now, I just have a final question for you. Because,
yes.
there's something
we have wasted, it's a lot of money we waste in this country through corruption. So it's better we have even a presidential vote separate. We waste money, but get accurate results. So, kwani pesa tunapoteza ni ngapi? Nyingi.
Billions.
But when it comes to elections, utasikia kwamba pesa ya taxpayers itaenda kupotea. Yenye inaibwa ni ya watu gani? Taxpayers. So it's good that we waste afadhali tupoteze pesa. Lakini tupate ukweli. Yeah, na ukweli ni watu. Ukweli. Ile sahihi, yani ile ukweli watu walifanya katika kuchagua mtu. Yeah. Wasichaguliwe,
wachague wao wenyewe. As it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Now, we've seen, of course, the Law Society of Kenya as well as other representatives put out this proposal at Bomas. Whatever is happening in Bomas right now, we have the bipartisan talks currently ongoing. And views from Kenyans on social media, from Twitter to Instagram to Facebook, wanasema it is a total waste of time.
Is this discussion going to bear fruits?
That is a question that Kenyans
to me, what I'm seeing is just a waste of time. They are doing nothing there. Yeah, they are doing nothing. It seems that there is someone somewhere who is buying time. Maybe it was fear. Yeah, I don't want to mention because it is a clear indication. Okay, what do you think will happen if these talks will end nowhere? Then it will be clear that there was somebody who was aware of what he was doing. Yeah.
And since we're not mentioning names, we leave the question to you guys again from us. Siasa. Do you think that the bipartisan talks are actually going to bear any fruits, or it is just a waste of time, a waste of resources as well, as a waste of money? Feel free to tell us on the comment section. As we said, we'll keep it short and sweet. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Nyamweya.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. We keep it short and sweet right here on Ask Siasa. And as usual, if you have any question that you want to know, matters politics, matters governance, then shoot your shot. This is the place, and most definitely we're going to get someone to answer that question for you. From us, we're saying adios, bye bye. Thank you so much. Peace.